Marie Stella Estephane Theodule, better known as Tifam, Mafomi, or Maham of Olio Dennery, who passed away at her residence on Saturday, 11th August 2018 at about 10:23 a.m. She was 92 years old. She was a former Château of the Olio Larose Group and Olio Montego Bay solo group. She was predeceased by her husband, Stevenson Theodule, also known as Hess or Fomi. 2 children, Ronita Ephraim and Luciana Orville. 1 grandson, Shalry Alexander. 1 great-grandchild, Jabari Isaac Nicholas. 1 son-in-law, Cecil Ephraim. Left to mourn 5 sons, Eustace Estephane, also known as Mifans, of Obacaco, Denrivier. Daniel Theodule, also known as Mason in St. Croix. Lawrence Theodule, also known as Norwen in Orlando, Florida. Francis Theodule, also known as Ione in St. Martin. Randolph Theodule, also known as Zabuka of Olio. 4 daughters, Cynthia Lewis, also known as Linda in St. Croix. Rosella Theodule, also known as O Lord. Agatha Theodule, also known as Apai. Stella Theodule, who was also her caretaker of Olio. Stepdaughters, Marie, also known as Coot. Julie, also known as Felina, both in St. Croix. 58 grandchildren, Augustus Theodule, Christina Fenelon, Onan Theodule, also known as Dry, Dillon Theodule, Malicious Theodule, also known as DJQ, Nolan Theodule, also known as Tallboy, Sabrina Henville, also known as Septima, Teresa Orville and family, Annette Theodule, Magdalene, Versia and Cletus Orville, Kearney Wells, all in St. Martin, Elizabeth Theodule, Magdalene Estephane, Jeremy Terrace, Paul Estephane, also known as Magnus in New York, Valerie Marshall, Andy Lewis, Trevor Lewis, all in St. Croix, Anisha Colbeck, and Sean Ephraim, also known as Yellow, in Canada. Pimba Ephraim, also known as 50 in Canada. Shane Ephraim, also known as Ring the Bell, of Tourouge, employed with Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries. Thomas Estephane, better known as Ray I, employee of SLASPA. Nadine George, employee of Department of Cooperatives. Shirlene Gittens, employee of Nicholas John and Company, youth coordinator of the United Workers' Party and deputy chair of LIDU. Chris Theodule, employee of Secure St. Lucia. Randall Theodule, employee of United and Strong. Virgil Theodule, employee of Royalton. Elicious Estephane and Burton Theodule, both employees of Norwegian Cruise Lines. Verlene Fenelon, employee of NICE program. Anthony Ephraim, Sandy Vanoni, Sylvester Ephraim, also known as Ting, all in Guadeloupe. Kimbert Pascal in Barbados. Paul Estephane, also known as Bullock. Francis Estephane, also known as Awis, both in Martinique. Joyce Jules of Debarra and family. Quentin Henry of Despair. Merlin Theodule. Pacus Alexander. Sophia and Nicole Theodule. Lancia Theodule Marcel. Al Marshall, Kimberly Orville Marshall, Camina Dimar, Sabina Orville, also known as Alma and family, Margarita Lewis, also known as Hisran, Magilta Matre, also known as Agit, Bibiana Joseph, all of Olio, Gilda Theodule, also known as Chavon, of Lacaille, Imperative Clap-Maison, Shakira Theodule, also known as Stella, of Lafayette Moshi, Christine Theodule, student of Clendon Mason Memorial Secondary School, Kayla Theodule, student of Larissus Combined School, Randall Theodule in Orlando, Florida, Janie Theodule in Marigot. 78 great-grandchildren including Francisca and Maya Henry, students of La Flamingo Combined School, Alyssa Theodule, student of Millet Primary, Charissa Theodule and Valentus Ford, students of Methodist Primary School, Alicia and Louisa Theodule, Liana Marcel, students of Olio Combined School, Nia George, student of Larissus Combined School, Bianca Samuels in Canada, Kalilia and Leona Fenelon, and DeAndre Eugene, all of Olio, Lenny Marshall, also known as Steve in St. Martin, Calicia Marshall, student of Olio Combined School, Shanice, Ashlyn, Kutlin, and Kasari in St. Martin, Estelle, Merlin, and Tony Curtis Vanoni, Alvia, Wendy Tennant, Jonathan, and Naima Ephraim in Guadeloupe, Paulinas Martinez, and Richie Estephane in Martinique, Tadashi Nicholas of Lafayette Moshi, Tanisha Theodule, Michaela Kiana Gittins, and Lucas Gittins of Lacaille Dennery, Chloe Marcel, student of Olio Combined School, Makissa Theodule of Olio, Celine Ephraim, student of Clendon Mason Memorial Secondary School, Shanice Ephraim, Joshua Marshall, Obey, and Baptiste Ephraim of Olio, Macmillan, McQueen, and McLean Estephane of Monrepo, Caden Gustave and Dwayne Gittins in Lacaille, Robinsa Monlouis, and Emma Hussein of St. Martin, Carlene Fenelon Severin and family of New York, Aaliyah Marcel of Olio, Lane Matre, employee of St. James Club, Lester Matre and Chad Orville, students of Beanfield Secondary School, Vern Matre in England, Chanel Marshall of St. Croix, Makeda of Martinique, Dillon Theodule of New York, Amy Marshall of St. Croix, Natasha, Micah, and Jaya of St. Croix, Shania, Junior, and Tyler of Texas, Devon in St. Croix, Judean, CP, and Dante in Olio, Andy Jr. and Andre Lewis in St. Croix, Kaylin of Connecticut, 15 great-great-grandchildren including Ania Marcel, Lanika Marshall in Choiseul, Cavani Gonzague of Oregon, USA, one sister, Christina Estefan in Sarat, several nieces and nephews including Patrick Stanio and family of Despair, Urance and family in New York, Petika in Martinique, family of the late Saint-Omer Joseph, also known as Ihi of Moshi, Henson Estefan in Barbados, Iduna Estefan of Debarra, Eurus and family. Grand nieces and nephews including Honorable Edmund Estephane, Parliamentary Representative of Dennery South and Ministry of Youth and Sports. Daughters-in-law Rufina Estephane, also known as Rosalind, of Abacako, Denrivier. Shirley Theodule in St. Martin, Angela Theodule in Orlando, Florida, Gracie Theodule in St. Croix. Sons-in-law Jose Rosamond in Martinique, Alison Rosalie of Beauséjour, Jerome Orville of Olio. Granddaughters-in-law Susie Anthony of Tourouge, Rose Ephraim of Canada, Margrita Ephraim of Olio, Ginevra Estephane, better known as Grigona of Martinique. Grandsons-in-law Francis Henry, driver of TX 219, Claudius Marcel of Olio. Cousins Anique and family, Simona and family, Teresa Constantine, also known as Cynthia, of St. Croix. 4 godchildren including Sherry Theodule, employee of Capella Resorts. Sister-in-law including Venice Theodule in England and St. Lucia. Brothers-in-law Peter Theodule and wife Margaret Theodule of Olio. Friends including Antonio Evans, former caretaker. Also left to mourn Estephane family of Sarratt and Sandife and Bexar, Theodule family of Olio, Soufre, Groselet, Hilaire family of Desglos, Xavier family of Olio, Fenelon family of Olio, the members of the Olio, La Rose and Solo group, the entire community of Olio, Boys on the Block 75 in Montego Bay. The funeral service for the late Marie Stella Estephane Theodule, better known as Tifam, Ma Fomi, or Maham, will be held at the St. Michael's RC Church on Saturday, 1st September 2018 at 11 a.m. Then the body will be laid to rest at the Larisseau Cemetery. May her soul rest in perfect peace. Special note, the family would like to inform well-wishers to wear a touch of pink or floral print to the funeral due to her love of La Rose Festival. Also, a grand La Rose séance will be held at her residence on Friday, August 31st, 2018. The body now lies at Rambali's Funeral Parlour on Calvary Road, Castries. May her soul rest in perfect peace.